Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one. Most dominant decade winners in NBA history. Let me give it to you one more time. Most dominant decade winners in NBA history. In what we are talking about, championships, finals MVPs, and MVPs, okay? This is who was the most dominant in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, okay? This is just what it is. This is one decade. So, number one, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, with nine championships and 4 MVPs, right? Nobody's going to beat that. This is in one decade. We know Bill Russell has more championships, and some of these other guys have more championships, but we're talking about in the same decade, okay? How dominant was you for, a decade, as far as the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. Michael Jordan, 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, and 4 MVPs. That's pretty good. He would have been ahead of Bill Russell if he would have had more championships. Obviously, he has more finals MVPs. Yeah, so we all know finals MVP wasn't out back then. I don't know why it wasn't. A lot of awards weren't out back then, but you would have thought that was like easy thinking right there. But I guess it wasn't. Okay, number 3, Magic Johnson. 5 championships, 3 finals MVPs and 2 MVPs. Right? Number 4, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 5 championships, 1 finals MVP, and 1 MVP. And that's why a lot of people said that Magic was the reason why they got all these championships in the 80s. When you look at the finals MVPs and you look at the MVPs, they said Magic drove the ship, right? And that's why a lot of people just can't put Kareem over Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan drove the whole ship. Nobody was winning regular season MVP over Michael Jordan. No. Even when Jordan had bad seasons, he never got good draft picks to come to his team. I don't know what happened there, but while other dudes were stacking up, like Larry Bird, he was stacking up, getting Kevin McHale in the draft, get Robert Parrish as a free agent. Then he got Dennis Johnson as a free agent, Bill Wall. I mean, these guys were stacking up. But we're told that Jordan was supposed to beat these teams that were stacking up, and Jordan had nothing. Shaq, 4 championships, 3 finals MVPs, and 1 MVP. Look, I'm going to tell you what right now. You can never call yourself the most dominant player ever, and you only got 1 MVP in your career. Yes, you got 3 finals MVPs, but guess what? You played nobody. You played nobody. And a lot of people don't understand. I'm not hating on Shaq. I think Shaq is a top 5 center. I want to put him 4. I won't put him 5. Let me see. Shaq, let me see. Shaq, yeah. He's about 5. I can't put him above Hakeem. I can't put him above Russell, Wilt. Who else is there? Can't put him above Kareem. I just can't do it, man. He just don't have the skill set. His skill set is very limited, and that showed when he played in the 90s. Yeah, but you can't be the most dominant player ever and you got 1 MVP. What? How the hell does that work? How do you get 1 MVP and you're the most dominant ever? Okay, it wasn't about him winning championships in the 90s. That's fine. Jordan didn't win any championships in the 80s. But what I'm trying to say is your whole career, you're the most dominant player of all time. You get swept. We got swept like 6 times. It was like a record amount of times he got swept. And you're trying to tell me this guy is the most dominant? Okay, let's just say he got swept because he had sorry teams. And sometimes, I mean, you can't say that all the time. But let's just say whatever. Still, you cannot have one MVP and claim to be the most dominant player. It doesn't add up. They just be giving these guys narratives on TV, the most dominant. I can't do all this on Akeem. I can't do this on David Robinson. A lot of these guys that he was getting over on in what 2000, it was old. They was old and hurt and broke down. Okay, and a lot of people be like, yeah, Jordan didn't start winning until these guys got old. Well, Jordan moved on to his next competition, which was the guys he came into the league with. The Karl Malones, the John Stocktons, the Clyde Drexlers, even David Robinson was younger. Came in later than Jordan. Who else? I guess James Worthy. When did he come in? A couple years later. I would call him that old. And then we say people are old, and LeBron's playing until 38. All this stuff. The excuse is just weak now. But yeah, who was Shaq's next competition? It was nobody. There was no great centers after that. There just wasn't. So he didn't actually win those championships as far as a center with skills. He just backed you down and dunked on you, backed you down, laid it up. So it wasn't like you was looking at Joker like Hakeem or David Robinson or a skilled center. This guy was just, they called him dominant because he was just like running over people. But those same skills really didn't translate to championships in the 90s, right? Because he had to face more skilled centers. He didn't face no great skilled centers. So he was the most dominant for 3 years over nobody. But like I said, you won one Finals MVP. One MVP, and those you should have won 3 straight MVPs. 2000, 2001, 2002. If you was the most dominant, because that's what people claim, that's when you was the most dominant during those championship runs. You should have won 3 straight MVPs, but you didn't. Because people, they saw Shaq didn't really have the work ethic in all those 3 finals runs that he won the championship. Yeah. In the finals, yeah, he went off. But during the season, he did not have the work ethic to win 3 MVPs or even 2. So let's get down to Kobe. 4 championships, 1 Finals MVP, and let me see, 1 MVP. People are gonna say, "Oh no, he had 2 Finals MVPs." That was 2010. Okay, we're going in the 2000s for Kobe. Okay, we go into the 2010s. He only has 1 championship now, right? He only has 1 championship and no MVPs. So a lot of people, they have problems understanding like logic. I mean, for all these guys, this is not all their MVPs. For most of them, I think for Shaq, yes. Yes, this is for Shaq, yes. But for, let me see, I think Magic, yes. Hold on. No, for Magic, no. I think he had 90s MVP. So for Magic, no, he still got 1 more MVP. Obviously, Russell has more championships and he has 1 more MVP. LeBron James is not on here, right? Because he will be in the 2000s, which he won 3 championships. And then, what is it? and then his MVPs are like spread out in the two different decades. You got the 2000s, and then you got the 2010s. And then his other championship is in 2020. So he won't make it on here. I mean, what would we want to do? Maybe like the 2000s, he had 3 championships, 2 MVPs, and 3 Finals MVPs. So he wouldn't make the cut on here. He wouldn't make the cut, and that's why a lot of people consider, these guys better than LeBron James. LeBron James, he wasn't so-called dominant, never in his career, but you guys got to remember. I mean, who would you really take LeBron over Shaq? I'm sorry, like in Orlando, Shaq. I mean, no, nobody. I just bashed him for being so-called dominant in the 2000s, or no, in the 90s. But the reality is, this guy played in a tougher era. I'm not trying to say Shaq wasn't good or wasn't great, but come on now, he wasn't dominant. Dominant is when you shut shit down. It has nothing to do with like being big and dunking on people and all this stuff. So are you serious? You're really gonna take LeBron over Shaq? I mean, it don't even have to be. I'm talking about, I would take Orlando Shaq over LeBron any day. Any day. You guys are crazy. There's no way I'm taking LeBron over Russell. No way. No way. This guy is a general of winning. You guys want to put up stats, and you guys want to put up championships. Of course, I'm not taking LeBron over Michael Jordan. There's no way I'm taking LeBron over Magic Johnson. This is a leader, a floor general. This guy can do everything. This is the real all-around player. The real all-around player. You guys are nuts. A better rebounder than LeBron. A better shooter than LeBron. A better passer than LeBron. A better winner. Everything. He's better than LeBron at everything. Nobody's ever going to want to be like LeBron. Right? Nobody's growing up to be like LeBron. Nobody. And there's no way I'm going to take LeBron over Kareem. No. Kareem led the league 4 times in blocks, a rebound title, 2 scoring titles, crazy footwork in the post. No. And there's no way I'm going to take LeBron over Kobe. They had to go get Kobe just to get gold. Got to bring gold home. And they barely brought home gold. Why? Because these guys lack the fundamentals. They barely brought it home. Not because of Kobe. It's because of the rest of these guys. And who was it? Coach K even said he was on. I think he said he was on he was assistant for the Dream Team, but he was the head coach for this team, for the Redeem Team, and he just said there's no way that the Redeem Team is going to be able to hang in there with the Dream Team. There's no way. These guys were at their peak. The only people who wasn't was Larry Bird, right? But prime for prime, if you put these prime players against, well, the Dream Team prime players against the primetime players of the Redeem Team, they'll get ate up. They will get ate up. Only person I see coming out and giving some problems is Kobe. Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say Wade too, right? Wade. But other than that, there's no way. Where would LeBron go to? There would be nowhere for him to run to do a dunk and layup. Nowhere. I mean, with all those big guys sitting inside, some of the most skilled power forward centers that the league has ever seen, especially in the 90s, LeBron would get done up. And On top of that, we talk a lot about the dream team against the redeem team. What about the dream team 2 or the dream team 3? I don't even think LeBron could beat those guys, or the redeem team could beat those guys. So, you know, what are we talking about? You guys lost to international plumbers that 99% of these guys weren't even in the NBA. 99.9. The world got up to us. Well, the NBA is over then. You guys suck. What are you talking about? You keep saying, okay, we don't care though. You guys suck. We don't need to hear how great you are. We need to hear how great the international players are if they caught up to us, okay? That's all we need to hear. Thank you for coming. I mean, you're not great. You just got beat by international plumbers. You got beat by Manu Ginobili, right? In his Argentina guys. I'm going to let you in on a secret. Manu Ginobili was a 6 man. So you dudes got beat by 6 men? A 6 man? Huh? A 6 man caught up to you? Wow. I mean, obviously, the league must be rigged, right? When you go out to international play and you suck, but when you come back to the NBA, you're the greatest superstars in the world, right? The NBA, I mean, obviously, since what? You can just like walk and carry and travel and walk and carry and travel. Why do these officials even have a job? To ignore walk, carries, and travels. Wow. Who needs officials? Who needs them? I'm paying these guys all this money to not do a job. Carry, walk, and travel. Anybody can play in this league. I mean, you don't have to have any skills. You could just walk, carry, and travel. So tell me what you think.